What's going on, guys? I'm Brax, and I work as a home improvement contractor as well as a handyman out in New Jersey. Here on the channel, we go over tool reviews and also give home improvement tips. Today we're going over Wera's Tool Check Plus. So let's address the elephant in the room. If you've been following my last few videos, you'll notice that I look a lot different. I actually had to shave my beard because I'll be starting the fire academy soon, and if you're not familiar, firefighters work as a paramilitary organization in which there's certain guidelines with having facial hair, especially if you're in academy. I believe once I'm done, I'll be able to grow my mustache, but for my next few videos, you guys will be seeing me like this. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button. And if you're a returning local, welcome back. Let's get into the review. Okay guys, so for starters, Wera has two different variations of this Tool Check Plus. As you can see, this the metric unit. You can tell it's the metric unit by the sockets. I went with the metric because most of the world is switching over or already using the metric system. So whenever I'm doing furniture assembly, they're most likely going off of metrics, so it makes it a lot easier. I do have a few different standard and imperial sockets already, so I thought it would make sense to go about getting a metric set. We'll get more into these later. First, we'll start off with my favorite piece, which is the 813 bit holder. I use this as my stubby, and it makes it so easily accessible by having this holster. Most stubbies can easily get lost in your bag because of their size, or you may have to put them in a separate pouch just to keep them organized. Yet with Wera, putting this holster on the side, you have the ability to always know where your stubby is. They do have a tool check, which doesn't include the stubby. So if you're looking for this exact one, you want to go with the Tool Check Plus, just to make you aware of that. So when you want to use the stubby, it pops right out of this rubber holster. Because it's so slim, it doesn't have any on storage bit holders, but you know, you do get a nice slender stubby, and I would trade that off for not having the bits on because I was able to get in some very small clearance areas with this guy. It worked out perfect. But when you do want any bits, you just hit this Wera logo and it pops open the two different rows of bits. You nicely just slide one out. You could pop it right in here. And it's held by the magnet, so you don't have to worry about it falling out. This is possibly my favorite part of this tool, just being able to have this stubby and have it compact. You can buy the 813 separate, but for best value, I would say get it with this set. So jumping into the bits. For starters, I've already eliminated two different tools with just getting this Tool Check Plus. One is a separate stubby and also a bit holder case. The one I was previously using was the Milwaukee bit holder case, which you can see is a lot thicker and not wider, so to say. They're about the same size, but it's definitely thicker. But if you think about it, if you can have such a compact tool that's the same size as just a bit holder, what sense does that make? So this eliminated me carrying this big guy around and made my tool setup a lot more compact. And that's what I go for. I try to make sure that I'm as compact and versatile as possible, but not slacking on any features by still getting a quality, durable tool. And I was able to find that with this. So getting into the bits, starting from the top, this is a hex head, which goes with the other row of hex heads. It gives you a setup of security Torx bits, which is very useful, regular Torx bits, and then we have some posi bits that they have coated in this gold type of material. I'm assuming this is more of a UK thing because I live in the States and I haven't ran into any posi drivers, but you never know. The difference is that if you get the imperial setup, it doesn't come with the posi bits, it comes with Robinson's bits. Next to the posi bits, you have a different assortment of Phillips heads, and from 1, 2, and they also give you a 3, and it just comes with one slotted, and it's a trim slotted, so it's the size that you would use for wall plates and whatnot. Wasn't really happy with that, but at least it's the one that I use. And on the end, we have the 1/4 inch socket holder. So this is going to be important. We're going to jump back to that. So another way that this filled the void of another tool is that at the top you actually have a compact bit holder. So you slide this out right here. Now you have a very nice bit holder, and it has the collar where you have to push it up to release it. You slide one of these down, pop a bit in it, and you can use this in your 813, but that kind of defeats the purpose of this being stubby because it adds some length on it. But what I would use this for, because this is an impact driver bit, is I'll pop it right into my impact driver. And now I'm ready to go. This is the Milwaukee Surge. It's my favorite drill, M12 platform. Again, I told you I like to work compact. When possible, I do have M18 tools, but my M12 gets me through most jobs. So being able to quickly slide on this bit holder is very useful. You just slide the sleeve up and you're able to slide the bit out. And then you pop it back in. This is held by a magnet as well. So that's another cool feature of this Tool Check Plus. And when you're done, you simply just slide that out, pop the bit back in there, and then we're gonna put the bit holder right back in its place. You can't beat that. So now we have a stubby, a bit organizer, as well as an impact driver holder. Now at the top, we have Wera's Zyklop, I believe that's the name of it. This is extremely useful. I never really had the need for a ratchet, but once I got this, being so it was so small, I was able to utilize it in some very tight places. It has a lever on the back that allows you to adjust from one side to the next. There's no neutral. You have to have it on one side or the other. But also right here is this little gear, which allows you to make micro adjustments. So where this comes in handy is that not only can you pop one of these bits in here and use it, its true form is going to be when you're using it for the sockets. So as I told you, this right here is a 1/4" socket holder. So we're going to pop that out, put this into the mini ratchet, then you pick a socket. These sockets are a part of Wera's Take It Easy system, where so they're color coded, if you can see, but it's going to correspond with any other socket or any other tool that's a 13mm, and it's going to be the same for any of these other sizes. The sockets range from 5.5, a 6, 7, 8, a 10, a 12, and a 13. Now, if you don't have any of the standard or imperial sockets, a good rule of thumb is that most of these are convertible, where so the 7 is going to work as a 1/4 inch, the 10 will work as a 3/8, and the 13 is going to work as a 1/2 inch. So you really don't need a standard or an imperial set if you know how to convert, the sockets that you currently have. So using these, we're going to pop one off. We'll start with the biggest one. You simply just slide this in here. Well, now you have a ratchet, and a small one at that, so you get into tight places. Believe me, I've already used this, so I know it's useful. Really knocked it out the park with this setup. And you pop it back in there. Take this off. Slide that in the compartment, then you have this frosted plastic sleeve that you slide up, and now your Zyklop, so your mini ratchet, is secure. Then to top it off, you actually have this clip on the back. So if you wanted to put it on your pants or your tool belt, you have the ability to do it. I actually clip this on to the inside of my Milwaukee pack out 10-inch tote, right on the divider. In my video where I do my loadout of my everyday carry, I show how I slide this in, but I'll give you guys a peek now, and I'll also link the video at the top. So keeping true to my compact setup, I literally slide this right here, and it's not in the way at all. I still can get to all my tools. Easily accessible. If I have anything in the bag, I can pull it out without a problem. Slide it right back in there. and even get to these hand tools. It's literally just floating here. It's not in the way at all. And that's because it's so compact. Where so when I was using this guy, immediately I'm fighting to make room simply with that multi-bit holder. Where so the Tool Check Plus just slid in there. Got that out the way, and then I was able to slide that in there. And as I showed you, it's still accessible. And it doesn't take clearance on this way, where I keep my impact driver. You can't even see it when the handle's right there.